To what extent will one call or argue that Rigathi Gachagua is a passing crowd? This topic has been informed by the fact that in the recent past, many of the Kenya Kwanza and the UDA members of parliament, including their boss, have indicated that Rigathi Gachagua was given the position or was nominated with the position against the wish of many of Mount Kenya agents or readers who were in the meeting. Good evening. This is Machuka Nyarieko TV talk show, whereby we analyze issues to do with politics, economics, and the social affairs of our people. Before we dwell or we go to our topic, kindly, if you are watching this channel for the first time, subscribe and press the notification bell so that whenever we produce another video, YouTube will automatically notify you. This is known as literally as the house of ideas, where we equip you with several ideas. And those who are our subscribers, thank you. Continue watching and sharing. Back to our topic. Is Rigathi Gachagua a passing crowd? If briefly we can go back to 1970s, late 1970s, while the founding father of the nation passed away, President Moi was put into leadership by Mount Kenya Mafia just as a passing crowd temporarily, because they believed that they were going to remove him from the position using the easiest means. But Moi ended up finishing 24 years and some months in his leadership. The same case, in one way or another, can be likened to what is happening to Rigathi Gachagua. But a significant question that one may ask, why is it that when the Mount Kenya readers suggested to select a different person, the head of state and some other few individuals whom I can now call the deep state overruled the wishes of Mount Kenya? It means that there is one thing, or there is something that the president had seen with Rigathi Gachagua. Normally, when you are in a campaign trail, at least each day you make phone calls to your people. He made phone calls to his people in Mount Kenya. He knew how they behaved. He knew their ability in either mobilizing and dealing with issues. Probably that could be the issue as to why Rigathi Gachagua was proposed by the current head of state and his Mount Kenya Mafia, because they understood very well the ability of each and every person from Mount Kenya. What has changed now? Was he put there as a passing crowd? I'm going to give a few examples in which you as an individual, you will be able to examine and make your own conclusion as to whether Rigathi Gachagua can be a passing crowd. One, he uses his mouth and the body language to pass strong information. If Rigathi Gachagua has been disappointed by anything, he will scream to the loudest of his noise, and everyone, each and every person, will be able to know that there is something going wrong. He doesn't fear about his position, whether it's popular or unpopular. He will always shout to the loudest of his voice. So that ability, that screaming ability, will enable him to navigate much of the languages that are taking place in Mount Kenya. The screaming does not end with mouth alone. It goes beyond the mouth to body signs. Yesterday, for those who saw him at the airport boarding the Kenya Airways, and to the place probably where he was going to spend his day or his night, he could be seen alone. What does that mean? That is screaming that there is something somewhere. And he was communicating more especially to the people of Mount Kenya to see that he is being mistreated. And even if he's a bad person, we say maybe he's loved in some areas in Mount Kenya, if he continues showing them that there is something wrong, they will all follow him. And our young brothers will be left alone. So he has perfected the art of screaming. Screaming is one tactic that one can use in politics. Sometimes back, people could organize their houses to be robbed and call it a political attack. And through that, one becomes popular and maybe is voted in. So screaming is very significant and is used by politicians to achieve their goals. The man is very good in screaming. Probably that's why the number one in command could not agree with the choices of the leaders from Mount Kenya, because he understood him very well. And there was that threat that if you cannot appoint Rigathi Gachagua, then we shall vote otherwise. Another ways or other methods that Rigathi Gachagua is doing to outdo the others is using his mouthpiece people on the ground, like Gachagua in Nairobi. Gachagua the other day told the UDA or the commander that if he is not going to be elected as a member, I mean as a chairman of UDA in Nairobi, and he's going to move a mass defection of UDA members to an unnamed party. And in Nairobi, truth be said, there is conflict over the chairmanship of the county. No, Nairobi has got so much resources such that anyone will want it. So he's using his mouthpiece. The Nyeri governor is also another mouthpiece, who has even said that if the finance bill is going to be the way it is, then there is question. Remember that when when the governor, the Nyeri governor speaks, that is half free, if not full, Gachagua speaking. Just like when Oscar should make some major pronouncements, do not ignore them. Or Farouk Kipet, those people are the mouthpiece of the head of state. Also, if for those who followed his trip to Nakuru, the Akorino church function, he also screamed the loudest. He began by circulating photos showing that he has jetted in with a private chopper. That is directly screaming. That has been stage directed. He further went ahead and told the head of state that if it were not that there were some arrangements, transport arrangements, and air, I would have been here early. I don't like to be late in such a big function where you are. I'm giving reasons as to why you should compare whether it's a man you can just take for granted or it's a man you should be taken seriously. He went further and told Moses Kuria that because we are talking of the Akorino unity, the Akorino unity is not going to be against other denominations. I'm also talking about Mount Kenya unity, not going to be other regions. As a bottom-up approach, we start from there going up. That's what he said. Is that a person you can take for granted? Is he a passing crowd? The answers are with you. Another reason why you can say even if you give Rigathi Gachagua 1 minute to speak, he has to give a political communication. During the Madaraka Day at the Bukungu Stadium, Rigathi Gachagua spoke for less than 1 minute, but he did communicate to the youngsters. There is the youngsters have their language. What he did say is that he has been a fan of AFC Leopards for quite some time, and they will remain to be there. Do you know that there are some young people who can love him, who can like him just because of that? Because normally in politics, you are not voted in because you have a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money or what, or you are beautiful or not beautiful. It is that wave, is that association at that particular moment. So, for example, if he was to attend an AFC Leopard and maybe Goldmaya in the stadium, in the Bukungu Stadium, say, the fans for AFC will be knowing that at the bigger chair or higher table, we have our own man, Gachagua. So they will be associating with him. So that's why he communicated. He communicated his message, trying to bring the young people closer to him, because he knows they don't need much, they need to be together. Another way that he has perfected, and which is making most people cerebrous, is the art of rebelling the other MPs who are opposed to his idea of one man, one vote, one shilling as traitors of the community, something that resonates so well to the entire community. If he works today, tomorrow, and the day after, and you go there and tell them that this man is ethnic, is talking of ethnic ideas, then the people will not go well with you. They will see you as a true traitor, as they have been told. This is the man who has been doing much of the work. Is the man who made Ruto to be what he is. I even saw people from Uasin Gishu condemning some MPs that leave Gachagua alone. This is the man who has put us people in power. Instead of dealing with Gachagua, just do your work. You have the work that you have been given to do. That is that the man who can be taken for granted. In addition to that, even when he went to attend a function that was involved with the bishop to do something to do with the church, he told MPs that do development at your places and not at my home. Don't just loiter bringing hatred to our people instead of doing development. Him being a deputy president, he must be having some weight behind giving such a reason. The differences between him and the party, because I can't say the president because I normally see them together sometimes, between him and the party could be the reason why the president responded promptly to the cries of the former president, because he's also aware that if the two people unite, then there is going to be fire. They are going to see fire if they unite, because Gachagua was already given his hand asking for unification. What should be the way forward for UDA? What should they do? Or what should the party leader do? He should call for ceasefire, because if they continue doing that, they are likely to lose. The history of Kenya, made by William Ruto himself, is that when you fight your deputy president, he succeeds. And actually that's what he's doing. If you go to Mount Kenya, not even Mount Kenya, all over the vernacular radios, so the stories are all about Rigathi Gachagua. They like now, yesterday they were very busy, even today, talking that about him being denied a chopper. It doesn't matter. When you make policies, and if you the security policies, you must inform the public what informed that, because the public will always see a united presidency. The public will always want to see a united presidency. which is lacking now in this situation. The public takes statistics in the first 2.5 years. After that, whether you build airways, roads, and the world, they don't care because they don't consider much of what you have done. If they were considering development, some of the members of parliament would never have stepped out of parliament. Like there was a time Rafael Tuju was doing very wonderful back his home, but the electorates do not consider that. We have many leaders who perform so well, but when electorates come in, because they are normally frustrated between the first and the 2.5 year, whereby the moment maybe you spend a lot of money and now you want to accumulate first before you go back to them with what you have accumulated, that is the time they need you most. That's when they have issues and problems. So they'll always try to reach you and then find that you are unreachable. And then if you are unreachable for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, then they delete you completely from their documents. After deleting you, even if you do what? They call it monge. Even if you do what? They will not vote you. You will give them money. Yes, you will influence the voting, but you will not become the ruler. So there is need to bring order for them if they need to succeed. It's up to you to see for those whose who this message is meant to reach. It's up to you to see whether Rigathi Gachagua is a passing crowd or is a crowd with rain. Thank you.